Hi everybody, this is Ann and welcome to our first tutorial teaching you how to create a template using Adobe Photoshop and then converting it into HTML that you can then open in your HTML editor, whether it be Microsoft FrontPage or whatever you may use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new page, and we're going to make this page 800 by 600, and we're going to make the background transparent, and we're going to call this our background 1. Now we're going to open up the image that we want to use to apply to the background. We're going to use this one right here. It has a really pretty design on it. Now the first thing you have to do before you can drag this anywhere is you have to unlock it. So you come down here and you double click on this lock. And then it unlocks it, so you can drag it over to here. Then we're going to close this because we don't need that anymore. And then we're going to move this over here and make this fit this the way we want it to fit. And if you see how this design is right here, we want to put this part right here in the center of the page. That way it'll make it look right. And then we're going to drag this down here to fill out the entire background. And then you're going to click your little cursor thing up here so you can apply what you just done, and then you have your background. Next we're going to add our next image that we want to put in the middle. First thing we're going to create on this tutorial is I'm going to show you how to make like an intro page. You can use this for a website if you want, or for a video, or whatever you might want to use it for. And we're going to put this right in the middle because this has some pretty rainbow colors that'll go good with this background. Let's close this because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to put this in the center of the page, right in between where these two lines are. So probably about right there. Now I like to take and use a lot of blending effects, especially when you're laying layers on top of layers. So I'm going to give it like a shadow effect, just on the drop shadow. See, that makes it kind of stand out more. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some text right here in the middle. And I can't see it, so I guess it needs to be moved. Whenever that happens, it probably ends up down here. So what you need to do is you need to just grab a hold of it and slide it up, and that way it gets to where you can see what you're writing. We're going to put this in the middle of this. You can put like the name of your site there, and then like here you can put, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Your slogan here. And see, this one did the same thing, so I'm just going to drag this and pull it all the way to the top so it comes to where I can see it. Now this one we're going to make a little bit smaller because you want to have your slogan just a little bit smaller than the title of your page. So we're going to shrink this down just a little bit. And we're going to put it right there. Now when you're creating a website, you can leave your text like that, or you can add some effects to it, which I like to, like I said, I like to use a lot of the blending tools, like drop shadows and highlights. And sometimes if you want to, when you select a highlight, if you just click on it, it's not going to give you the option, but if you click on the word outer glow, then you can click right here and you can select what color you want it to be, and we can go over here and kind of match it up to our website's colors. Or you can even go bold and try to use like a black. I mean, whatever you want to use, whatever you think looks good on your website that you want. I like to kind of blend the colors with what the website itself is going to have, so the colors kind of go together. And we're going to do this one the same way. Drop shadow, outer glow. And I've also found too that on areas that you have like a lighter color background like this is, sometimes I'll double the text so it stands out more. Like I'll right click on the text and then I'll select duplicate layer, and see, then it makes it a little bit brighter so it stands out a little bit more. You can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just whatever your liking is. Okay, so this is basically our first page. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slice the page. Slicing is how you create an HTML page from Photoshop. So you're going to come up here to your little tools over here, and this one right here, it says Slice Tool. If you if you right click on it, it says Slice Tool and Slice Select Tool. We want to use the Slice Tool because we're going to slice. Now since it's just an intro page, I'm only going to slice it 3 times. I'm going to do the top here, then the middle, and then the bottom. Now how many times you need to slice or what you need to slice depends on what you're going to make. In future tutorials, I'll show you how to do a website that has buttons on it and links on it and stuff like that, and then I will show you how to slice something like that, because that's a little bit different than doing something simple like this. Okay, so once you get done slicing it, you want to save your file into a Photoshop file. And we're going to save this as Floral Background 1. Then you're going to come here and you're going to click on Save for Web and Devices. Make sure this is in JPEG because that works better for most of your websites than using anything else. Then you're going to click on Save. And then right here, once that box opens, you have an option here for Save Type as Type. You have HTML and images, images only, or HTML only. We want to do HTML and images so it saves the sliced images that we just did. And we're going to save this as Floral Background 1. Now what we're going to do is we're going to open that file inside. I use Microsoft FrontPage, but it just depends on whatever you use. I gotta go back to where I had this at because it didn't go back. Okay, we're going to open Floral Background 1. And here's your web page. Now see, you can make this go to the left or in the middle or on the right. What I do, if you look right here, if you can see this, because I know it's in a video so it might be hard to see, but right here it says Image Ready Slices Floral Background 1. Right after that arrow, you want to put an arrow pointing that way, and then a small p, space, a line, equals, quote, all small letters, center, and then quote again, and then a small arrow pointing that way. And this is going to make your template, when you preview, it's going to go in the middle of the page. So there you have it. There is our floral background. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope that you enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure you join us next time where we show you something else exciting to create. Until then, have a wonderful day.